Hello. Good morning. Good morning. This is our early morning ascension show, and we have a great out there experience for you today. So just open up your beautiful sacred hearts and open up your pillar of light and allow yourself to receive. We're going to most of our shows from here on out will be getting comfortable with practicing and living and getting the excitement of who we are as the micro macro of spirit, living the dream as spirit. We are the dreamer of our own spiritual experience, of our own essence of knowing that our bodies are the representation of the heavens, and our bodies are the manifestation of our spirit. So the more nourishment that we have, and the more allowance and the acceptance of living as the spirit, nourishing the body in and of itself, and really feel yourself as spirit, reforming and remodulating your body every day. Recalibrating your body every day through the light that you provide it, through the connection of your oneness with your higher self and your soul. And for those of you that have not yet awakened or not kind of uncomfortable with this whole concept of feeling yourself as a spirit as opposed to the physical body, when you're just doing your full body breaths and understanding that your breath is your intention of spirit and your intention of your creatorhood with spirit, it is that omnipresent essence that is between all things and is all things. It is life and all things in between all life. It is the creator of galaxies and universes. It is source creator. And that energy of source creator activates within the free will of who we are, because this planet is the only planet of free will. But it is the highest law within this experience to know that the upholding of that free will is absolute within this universe, and why understanding your commandmentship of your consciousness, the alignment of who you are as spirit, creating and harmonizing your body every day and nourishing your body every day and creating those new cells and lengthening the telomeres and creating those new high vibrational patterns of potentiation. And that is that the most challenging part that we have from transitioning from 3D to 4D is that emotional healing of all of our 3D wounds, is the 4D realm that we're all in. And why it's really key to understand in your daily self-care is to not feel so overwhelmed and caught up with the emotional unveiling and the releasing, if you will, in those dark nights of the soul. Not to get so caught up and stay there in those frequencies, but just allow yourself, those sectioned off times throughout the day, so that you're really tapping into the emotional body and allowing it its freedom and place within your allness, because you do create and manifest out of your emotions. But if you're feeling overwhelmed and swamped and constantly living in your emotions, then it's an imbalance as well. So it's really good to know that you are the commander and you can bring balance to all that you're moving through. How to go through those really emotional times, and allowing yourself those set experiences to feel into your emotions and call up those wounds. Then you get to redefine who you are in those calling up of the wounds, and accept them and acknowledge them and allow them to be a part of your story. In doing so, you then return to center through your grounding. Grounding is really important when you're in those high emotional states of releases, because Gaia will help recalibrate you and recalibrate the element frequencies within your bodies. And then you get to recalibrate your wholeness with spirit, the spirit of you, the higher self with you, the harmonization of your soul, calling in those soul fragments that you've just allowed those wounds to be spoken, or the inner child, or the psyche wounds, whatever it was that you are healing in those woundings. You get to call it in to reharmonize and crystallize those fragments, those soul fragments that were felt not a part of your system because they were wounded through ostracization or separation, or the wounding of the breaking down of the safety that you thought you held, whether it be through betrayal or traumas, sexual traumas, mental traumas, or emotional traumas, whatever those traumas are. They break the wholeness of who you are as this beautiful and, this beautiful harmonization of the spirit. And those soul fragments are sitting within those experiences of separation. And so calling them in when you're releasing those wounds to be that higher version of light through love and forgiveness and acceptance. And so there is a process for healing, and there is a multidimensional process for healing. And understanding who you are as a spirit first, nourishing and reharmonizing and recalibrating your body every day. Every day you're choosing to recalibrate your body in the understanding that you are spirit first. Your body is here for the very reason to understand itself as spirit. And as you create that understanding and that knowing, your body has an easier time to just flow and allow the changes of the accelerated quickening that our planet is occurring and facing. And you're allowing yourself to capture in that greater light, knowing that your body is doing the best it can, but you are now being the leader of it by giving its time for that daily self-care, for dream, interpretation, where it's fitting in with what you're moving through in any of your emotional, mental, and spiritual or psyche experiences that must be acknowledged and moved through by you through acknowledgement and through acceptance or forgiveness. And then recalibrating and redefining and rewriting your now reality. What does that mean for me now? Who am I now? What do I exist within now? And how can I recalibrate into greater fullness? And so there is a reason and a process why doing that inner work is so important. And it takes literally years and years and years to go through the 51% of clearing your karma. And there may be some that might not get it, might not go through that clearing because it's just a lot of karma, especially if there's, experiences and circumstances that, not to say that, everybody is unique and it's up to each person to go within and be with source and spirit. But the more that you live from this heart space and the more that you choose from that excitement of who you are as love, then there's no other karma that you've got to clear. You're just clearing that 51% of what you've come here to do. So, and clearing of the throat. And those are constant and continual realignments and redefinitions and reclarifications of all of your chakras working in harmony with one another. And there are wounds held within each chakra. And by doing your daily self-care and calling in that light, working with 2 chakras a week and just focusing on clearing out those chakras and calling up those wounds, and then calling in that recalibrated light, and then recalling in those reaffirmations of that higher version of you, constantly allowing yourself to reach for that 5D entrainment, that 5D pattern. So all of our shows from here on out will be a really big part of behaving in that 5D experience, so that we get used to constantly reaching out into these new templates of spiritual matter that are there for us to create matter. For we are all spirit, and our bodies could not exist without our spirit. And so to live as spirit first, reclaim all of our consciousness so there's not fragments and scattered energy all over our aura field. We're being fully responsible for our light, fully responsible for our epicenter, fully responsible for the light that we're carrying, being grounded and centered, knowing that we have a sacred trinity with Gaia, with our collective, with the heavens. And that sacred trinity allows you and your soul to know that you're keeping up on your soul's ascension, so that the pearl threaded is always going to carry itself in groups. And why it's only normal that we have shifts and changes in soul groups. It's only natural and it's meant to occur, because as we've said before, not everybody in your soul group is going to be working at the same caliber. And you have guides, you have a team of sacred trinities and infinite guides, depending on what you're going through and how big the challenges that you're going through, are working with you to assist you in clearing the wave vibration, and also assisting you with the calibrations of your DNA, your chakras, and your fields, so that you can tap into and become those gifts that you're meant to, dreaming the dream and being the dream. And that's what that being, that 5D is. Lots of clearing right now. So our topic today is becoming the dream, and allowing yourself to really write yourself that new dream every day. What does that mean for you, and how does it feel? Vibration. You want to get used to feeling your day, feeling the dream of who you are, releasing what you know to be time, because you can be on an infinite number of earths, and right, the morning that you wake up, you could be in this vibration, but by the afternoon, you're on a completely different earth, because you're feeling into the vibration of where Gaia and God wants to take you. Absolute unconditional surrender and trust into where your spirit, your higher self, and your soul and your guides are taking you and guiding you to. And it will be different from the experiences and the circles that you've been in, because your soul may require different nourishment and different land and different sacred experiences and activations than what you're getting in this experience. And why many are going through those awakening experiences. Well, who am I? What do I exist within right now? And is there something that could be more nourishing for me? Because I'm here for an important reason. I have really remarkable gifts, and I need to start honoring it, valuing it, and nourishing it, so that it serves me and serves others. Just like if you have a really expensive car, but the engine in and of itself, the engine being the pillar of light, and the chakras are not being cleared and cleansed. And that engine of the car and the gas that's going in it is, a 1957, beat up Pinto. So you have a vessel of light, and you could choose to continue the nourishment and the refinement and the reclarification. And that is purely through your self-love and your redirection and your recalibration of who you are with spirit. Yes, I acknowledge myself as spirit. I acknowledge myself as a soul. I've had infinite lifetimes, infinite bodies, infinite forms, and I'm here to live my best dream. I'm here to be my dream. And I'm going to absolutely allow myself to change along the way, because I want to constantly reach up and reach out, because I want to set that impactful experience for not only me and everything in my soul, because remember, you're operating Where's my little sheet? I had a video last night. My sheets are all different. There's so many sheets. Sheets everywhere. Your soul is, this is the top down, and this is you in spirit, and your higher self, and your soul. And your soul is on all realms and all bodies and all forms, that you are on infinite earths. You've had all male bodies, female bodies. And why we end up releasing all judgment, because we've played all roles and bodies, and anything you have a trigger or an experience on is that very thing that you're meant to transform and transcend for your collective and your lineage. And so all of the soul aspects, if you will, the bodies we say as aspects. You could have had a body where you were a baby and you passed away when you were 6 months old. That's still an aspect that has those soul experiences, and you can have that carry over into this soul's blueprint, so that you're clearing and cleansing when you have a triggering of having a friend that had a baby pass away, and those are those energies for you to clear on that experience, and that very purposeful experience, on why that occurred, and where are those energies for you to call it in and create wholeness with it and oneness with it, and forgiveness and love and acceptance. So every experience that you are moving through, regardless of how it might be defined by the ego, those vibrational stories, all of those vibrational stories, are you allowing yourself to say, no, I'm going to dream a different dream for myself, because I want to feel the acceptance and the wholeness of all of my now moments, so that I can continue to press out the vibrations of who I'm meant to be at the highest version of me, and really dream myself into a new version of soulful remembrance and soulful acuity. You want to be available vibrationally, so that everything that you're radiating to creation and whomever it affects, because you have soul family on the other side of the world, that if you're holding back on your experience, not only does it affect the ones in your direct community in your home, especially those within your soul family, it affects everybody that you have a soul family connection with. And those soul family experiences might be on the other side of the world. You might have 50 different people all over different countries, and your choices in every moment and how you are moving in your vibrational oneness affects everybody. And why, again, we say that daily self-care is really important, so that you understand that your choices in every moment affect everyone. The vibrations you put out and all that you do affect everyone. And to live from this soulful space, because the whole idea of oneness is understanding that everything in the outside reflection is an honor of you. And so are you valuing and honoring who you are as the dream of spirit, first by the spirit being the body in and of itself, and then nourishing yourself as spirit? And we've never been taught such profound things, because in our teachings, it was quite upside down, where our value and our worthiness and our importance of our sacred gifts and our importance of our sacred body was always put outside of us. Dogma telling us who we are, socio-conformed systems telling us who we are and how valued we are for making a certain amount of money or status, or anything like that has absolutely nothing to do with who the spirit is and how the spirit moves you through anything that we're able to move through. The spirit is the nourishment of all things. You cannot ascend without understanding that oneness of spirit. Simply just can't. Spirit is the vehicle that allows you to transcend, because it is the alchemic master. It is the master of all of your lifetimes. It alchemizes and calls up and activates your DNA and activates the chakras for clearing. It is your harmonization of all soul fragments. It is the harmonization of all of your life's lessons. And if we're not the ones that are being in mediation of our own health and wellness of who we are as spirit, then those alchemy experiences of just releasing all of those negative densities and just appreciating the stories for what they are, and knowing that, yeah, I can dream myself a new dream, and being happy and joyful and excited about it, because we can really move in this great excitement. The minutia might seem very impactful because it's so profound, and this is why this reality is just so incredible to really tune into and really dig your teeth in. This is the best cake that we could ever be experiencing for ourselves to be blessed and gifted with, as our birthday is every day. To be able to navigate the minutia of vibration that we're able to really soak within and learn all the different lessons that are able to be learned, and to really call in that soul growth. What can I learn today? That's the richness. That's the experience of that 5D that the masters had shown me. Are you rich in beauty? Are you rich in the spirit that is spirit? Are you taking advantage of every moment, being rich within who you are and how to navigate those experiences? That's 5D. That's 5D beauty. Are you rich in the spirit of who you are? Being accepting and joyful of that spiritual ride. Being accepting and joyful of how you can get recalibrated in every moment, and really call in your oneness with spirit and activate something greater and something richer, and expand, expand, expand. It's infinite. However, we've never grown up in those experiences because it's been upside down. It's been stay in your box, stay conformed. This is the reality you have to work in, and that's all you see, because we're so accustomed to placing what we see in the outer reality as to who we are within. Yes and no, but we are not the environments. We are the creators within it. We are the light within it. We are the ones that are projecting out the heavens. We are the ones that are creating heaven upon earth. And it's from within who we are as spirit. All things are spirit. All things are the aspects of us to move within this greater experience and bring spirit to life and bring spirit to life and bring spirit to life. We are the vessels of spirit. We are the presentations of spirit. And in that alone, that is a truth, the universal truth. And in that, all things are changeable. All things are mutable. And so what we wanted to amplify today is not only excitement, are you dreaming your dream, physically, mentally, emotionally, and energetically, really feel the essence of who you are as spirit. Take a deep breath. And visualize yourself walking upon a beautiful path within the forest. Can you feel the richness? And if you can, if it's a beautiful hot day, and you know that there are no things that you could step on that would hurt your feet, just visualize yourself with bare feet. And every time you step upon the earth is greeting you with the warm lushness and the voice and the song that is Gaia, because she does speak. She has a harmonic, she has a ring, she has a tone, she has a sound. She has consciousness within her. And when you travel within Gaia and you move within that harmonic song that is Gaia, different harmonic vibrations and threading in together, and what they've been showing me more than often than not now is the constant vibrational threads that are being offered to us for us to call in and weave our own new dream. We are those co-creator gods, and they've been written about in many sacred texts. And many of us as code breakers, crystalline children, have come here as those new code weavers, the weavers with Mother, Father, Spirit, and the creator gods. So that we're taking what is unseeable and we're creating these threads. And many channelers are now starting to talk about it. I shared a video on our Twitter account. The channel Lee Cry, our Lee Carroll, was doing a channel with Cry on. And he was talking about what we've been talking about for years, about the omnipresence, the essence that is that energy of the very experience of how those of us that are conduits and those of us that are seers and other aspects of our gifts, we just don't have words for them, how that energy of allness is that very energy that reverberates your healing and amplifies it and accelerates it. And they've shown me many things on my webinars of very great healing capabilities that we have with our forest and with our Gaia in that biosphere experience that amplifies and alters because we are the elements of a Gaia. Everything within us is the element of Gaia. Plus from the heavens is the spirit. And so this is as above and so below, and as within so without, because we are the creators of out and we are the creators from within. And that is the alchemic experience of who we are and why we are a gift. Are we dreaming this gift? Are we becoming it and being it? And everything and all between is all spirit. And this is why anything that we experience in the outer experience, depending on your consciousness, you will be able to see and to feel and experience in the harmony of that essence through breath. I'm harmonizing, I'm intending myself to wake up within this experience of spirit. I want to be this dream with you, spirit. Show me the way. Just intend your communication, intend your entanglement, intend your dreaming, intend your experiential discovery to be held within the song. And those are vibrational statements, so feel into them. What is your vibrational discovery within the song? Feel into it. There is a song occurring right now. Can you feel yourself within a new dream of how to feel yourself within this dream, this ascension, beautiful ascension song that can take you from one vibratory experience to another, constantly lifting up and reaching out, constantly going within and reaching up and reaching out. For your gifts are infinite, your gifts are surreal within the real of allness and the fluidity of all that is spirit. There are songs and harmonics and threads of all that is through spirit, through the alchemy, physics, spiritual science, and the science of spirit. Thank you, Spirit. And in living the dream, you're absolutely understanding that you are in all moments the harmonization with Spirit. And Spirit is walking within and with your body through all that is out Spirit. And we say spirit within spirit because there are harmonic fields that your spirit body is walking within. Your body and your higher bodies, the higher body that meets that lower body, if you will, and that was shown to me many years ago through the sacred Merkaba, the higher self meeting the lower self, we must meet it halfway, which is that 51%. We need to clear that 51% of the karma, the density, from all of the chakras and the lower bodies so that the higher body in and of itself can meet us. So that sacred geometry comes down to meet us and it fixes. And we create that sacred toroidal spin, which becomes that Merkaba experience. And we have that ability to ascend. We don't necessarily have to die to do it because we've cleared that density that allows the higher body to meet, and that's that 51%. And your soul and your teams and your higher self are constantly calling you on that pearl threaded. And so why releasing that stagnancy is so important, and why we've often said in all of our experiences is to be held back by nothing and no one, regardless of how the outer world looks and wanting you to continue the stories of conformity and limitation. Let those go, because we are on an accelerated harmonic song, and we must keep up with that song. Or not. Everybody's at that perfect place. There is no right or wrong, if you will. But absolutely understand that if you're being guided in your teams and you're being constantly reminded to get up and move, then get up and move, because there is a harmonic song that's calling you, and you're meant to tune in, so that all that you're, as that vehicle of light, you're keeping up with the oscillation, because again, you're affecting those experiences in your soul family that need you to keep up, because you're threaded with others, and every choice that you make affects others. And so they were saying to me that we're all kind of recreating these new standards of ourselves, right? And this is where I was having this conversation with them last night, and I was saying, why is this kind of inner struggle going on? And they were saying, because you've created new standards for yourself, and there's that cohesion that your wholeness is trying to create for itself. Because what was before is no longer even applicable anymore, because there's this new version of you, and those old standards they're not cohesing. It's not a song anymore for you. The song is different now. So the new part of you is harmonizing and seeking those tribes and those beings and those experiences and those roles and those offerings that are in cohesiveness of that new vibrational song. And then they showed me the micro macro of that at the collective level. As the systems are breaking down, so too is the collective going, okay, where's that new vibrational experience for me? Because we're now harmonizing. Our bodies are doing so much. There's so much going on at nighttime for the recalibration process. So the more that you can get outside, the more that you can honor and start harmonizing as spirit. Know yourself as spirit first and foremost, and throughout your day and before you go to bed at night, harmonize yourself as spirit, and start feeling the cells start to thread itself around spirit and in and about spirit. Okay, really start feeling the self as spirit, and the spirit is just clearing and cleansing and harmonizing the body, the physical matter. So really feel yourself as spirit first. Breathe as spirit first. Know that your light and your breath is spirit first, nourishing and clearing and cleansing and harmonizing you to a new scale of harmony, because everything is harmonics. How you ascend in your vibrational harmonics is a vibrational thread, and it's a song. And so you'll feel those essences and those vibrations when you're tuning into it. And that is simply through intention, affirmation, and acknowledging it. I'm acknowledging that I am spirit. I'm harmonizing to the new vibrational songs of 5D Earth, because you can feel it and you can hear it. Some of us can hear it. And so what they were showing me is that there's many of us that are going to, and sometimes it feels really frustrating. So just tune in, and it doesn't have to feel frustrating. I'm going through this so that I can show you the different ways that we feel frustrated, because I've had some emails and some texts from you. Sometimes those allow us in those inner experiences because it's just the negative ego that's just saying, okay, we don't know what's going on because we've never been here before. Sometimes it feels frustrating because the bodies and the wholeness of who you are is looking to the outer for how to explain itself in this new experience that is losing the state of time, because we're not linear anymore. We're in this now God omnipresent. And that means that, okay, well, I can just let go of time and I can just start being and feeling myself as the dream, the spirited dream. My physical body is the spirited dream. My emotional body is the spirited dream, and whatever comes forward, I can handle it because I can navigate any emotion. I am safe. I am honored. I am blessed because I love myself. I honor myself. I have so many beautiful gifts, and I have so many beautiful spiritual experiences, and I'm on all planets, on all forms. I can harmonize myself as the multidimensional being of who I am as a soul, and I love it. And I honor myself, and so too is all. Start harmonizing as spirit. And then you'll have those moments where it feels frustrating because it's like, well, I have these new standards now, and I feel myself as being brand new, but what does that mean for what was? So again, there's that part of you that kind of wants to hang on to what was because it doesn't know where else to fit it because we've never been here before. So that's what they were saying. They were saying that you all are becoming so awake and so accustomed to this new eclectic nature that you want to become, because that's spirit. Spirit wants to express itself in an eclectic way. That's the creative joy of spirit. That's how we create these new dimensions. That's how we evolve as spirit into greater forms of light, if you will. But we've never been shown these things. We're creating it right from scratch. So just be gentle with yourself and know that, wow, we've never been here before. And this goes to many of the conversations and many of the videos that we put out, and how exciting it is that we're absolutely living our dreams that we've always known that we would come here as. really creating those new experiences of what does the divine goddess mean? What does the divine feminine mean? We get to rewrite that story. And it will feel a bit uncomfortable and a bit frustrating at times, because it's like, this is no longer a standard anymore. So you can't really go back to that anymore. You can't fit yourself into the old box. You can't fit yourself in the old jeans. It doesn't work anymore. So you've got to allow yourself the reaching out and the dreaming and allowing those new standards to come forward. I want to live an eclectic life. My spirit wants to be free. I want to allow myself to sing with the forest. I want to hear myself sing with the natures and the animals, because my spirit knows and I absolutely understand that it's meant to. I can feel my body and aching, wanting something more, feeling in for something more, because the old box and the old routines are simply not satisfying and nourishing or being fulfilling. And all of our socioeconomic realities will be choosing to change and change things up and shift things out and shake things up, because it's all getting turned upside down, because they're not there anymore. They were all illusory stories. The stories are no longer there. They're being broken up, because we are now a light in the physical experience, if you will. And that light is saying, well, we didn't need those stories, because we just know we're pure and perfect. As you're healing and loving yourself, you don't have to hang on to the attachments of what was, because those stories were not self-serving. Those stories were fitting into the obligations and the roles and the definitions that doesn't soothe the eclectic spirit. And that means you're going to have to set new standards. So in your daily self-care, allow yourself to feel into, how can I feel the vibrational love and the harmony and the dream of who I am as spirit? How can I be more eclectic? How can I allow my spirit to reach out? How can I sing to the trees? How can I be one with the trees? How can I really feel into what's going on with Gaia? Because absolutely, make no mistake about it. You will find your spirit harmonizing in more of spirit the more that you're out with Gaia and playing with Gaia. She is our natural organizer of spirit and matter. And your spirit knows that. Your teams know that. Your guides know that. And so after much stagnancy, they were saying that our bodies and our acclimatization is just kind of being like, whoa, okay, what's going on here? So give yourself that time to know that you're acclimatizing. When you're feeling those moments of, wow, I don't know kind of what to do, and I'm kind of sitting here going, the day is just kind of passing, I don't know what to do. That means your standards are shifting and changing, but you have to be the one with your teams and your guides to say, can you help direct me into this new phase? How is my spirit wanting to create and express itself? Because that spirit and that creative expression is absolutely how you're going to be exploring the spirit matter that you're going to bring into matter, because it's about exploration, expression, and experience. The experience is actually in all three of them. It can't not be, because all is spirit. Even when you're thinking about expressing or exploring or experiencing, you're still experiencing the exploration of a thought, the exploration of a dream, the exploration of being the dream. You're experiencing yourself as more of a dream, as you're just acknowledging, yes, I'm experiencing this moment right now. In this moment right now, I'm putting myself together, and my body is becoming more light, because I'm calling myself attention to it. As you call yourself in as of, I am that I am. As I'm clearing my throat, I am that I am. I am the spirit outside. I am the spirit everywhere. I am that I am. I am the light that's calling light to light. I am the light begetting light. So allowing yourself to harmonize as the light that is light, the light that is light, the light that is light. How can I be eclectic in this light? That's what spirit asks of us. But it is and will cause that moment of hesitation and reflection, and sometimes even agitation or frustration, because it's like, well, this doesn't really fit this anymore. And it doesn't have to. So you just acknowledge it. I don't fit there anymore. I'm not aligned with that. And be okay that you're allowing others that okay as well. And have those conversations about the shifting and the changing of our ascension, and what that means for our planet, what that means for our socio roles, if you will, and the definitions that we've all been held within, but don't serve the spirits that are moving through ascension and the bodies that are moving through ascension, because our socio systems will be changing so that we can fall in alignment of, again, that 5D experience that is eclectic, flowing creativity. Because the systems were not eclectic. They were conformed and rigid and fear-based, which is suppressing that creative experience. And we're meant to flow. We're meant to be eclectic. And so that will cause momentary agitation and frustration, because the ego mind will want to kind of sort out where it fits into things, because it knows its reality is shifting and changing. So just know that's just a natural experience of new acclimatization, because your body's know in and of itself, even if you're not moving through ascension daily and you're not paying yourself the awareness and the consistency and the conscious awareness of who you are with spirit, with God and spirit and all that is, your subconscious knows that things are changing. And that's why many go into fear and they shut down, and more anxiety comes forward, because the body's in and of itself knows there's something going on. But you as the mediator, you as the driver of your light ship, you as the driver of your epicenter is not guiding it. So just call in your higher self. Call up your soul. Say, okay, soul, okay, higher self, okay, Mother, Father, God. I know that I'm a spirit. I'm not sure how to take this next step, but I know you will guide me. I'm harmonizing every day as spirit. And however I am guided, whether I feel excited to go take a walk, I'm going to go take a walk. I'm going to allow myself to just sit on the beach and play with the rocks. How do I feel expressed? Because you don't know that playing with those rocks is going to connect you with a crystal experience that you've had as being a crystal master and healer. Gaia will activate you in whatever ways you need to, and your teams will know how you need to be activated. So tune into what is exciting. And again, it'll all be about the creative expression and exploration. And again, in doing that, you're allowing yourself to experience yourself as more eclectic. So those 3 E's of ascension are always going to be really key for you just to tune into. How can I explore myself better in a higher vibrational way that's more eclectic, that is not a conformed pattern? And that's what we talked about. Living in this dream is all about right now. Make no mistake about it, because there's so many timelines that are crisscrossing. Our experience right now that is so important and so playful and so joyful, you really got to tap in and really take a bite of that big birthday cake that's available to you every day. Get in the elevator and push that button and bite that cake. This is the breaking of all patterns. And you have the power to create and call in that thread of 5D and really open that elevator to say, I'm going to break that pattern. I'm going to break that pattern. And that pattern is any vibrational story that's coming to you that is of conformity, less than, lack, fear, or conformity in any way, dysfunction in any way. Choose to center yourself and break that pattern so you arrive at that vibrational earth that is eclectic and creative and in alignment with your soul's dream. Because everything is being up, shaken up. And so all those vibrational threads are still there. So it's up to each and every one of us as we're moving in our highest excitement of who we are. We're acclimatizing to these new threads. We are making those threads as we are. We're making those 5D experiences. What does that 5D dream feel like? Feel into it every day and put those thought patterns out there. I will never have to work another day for that financial experience. I will just know that I'll be taken care of. I will always have that abundance. So put that thread out there. How does my body feel? I feel healthier than ever. I feel healthier than ever. I'm harmonizing with my new 5D earth. And you will feel a thread that comes up, because that is the harmonizing and the negotiation of these threads, always in ascension, as we talked about. You're always doing that harmonization of vibrational experiences, right? You're always going to be harmonizing from one vibrational reality to another, micro, macro. This is the multiverse that I was shown, but this is just you in the various energies of you. Just as this one. What vibrational earth? They all have an epicenter of vibration that you are leaving behind the old patterns and you're stepping into the new pattern. And moment for moment for moment, it's a minutia. Moment for moment, it's a minutia. What you had yesterday as a pattern is now breaking it. You're now breaking it. You're now breaking it. And it doesn't mean you've got to sit there every day and be so, conscious about every single thread that's coming in. Those of us that are empaths and conscious creators, you can feel those threads at a very fast and deep pace, and sometimes just so exhausting. You do need to take your time and make sure you're giving yourself the nourishment and your body's the time that you need, and ensuring once again that your environments are matching the threads and the vibrational potentials and eclecticity that your bodies need to maintain its highest oscillation and vibration of consciousness of Christ, of the light of the Christ, of the Metatronic light. Purifying, redefining through your reflections, reflecting who I am today. Wow, that feels really great. Let's do this today. Let's do that today. Let's put our food together in a different way. Let's maybe take a different walk this way. You're breaking those patterns of all conformity that held you in a conformed experience. So if you're working at a job, you can even suggest different ways of bringing different things in. And so allow yourself to know that that is why we're here. We're here to rewrite everything that is a pattern, so that we can infuse the activations through the telomeres, the synapses, all that we are as biochemical experiences of spirit. Because remember, spirit is inspiring you. But if you're not taking that action, that body chemistry will just stay the same it was yesterday. So you have to empower yourself that you are spirit first, harmonizing all of your cells, all of your molecules, all that you are, all the synaptic programs. You're going to say, no, I'm new today. I'm new today. I'm new today. I'm going to inspire myself new. I'm breaking the pattern. I'm living my dream. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, I know who I am. I know who I am. I'm one with source. I'm one with source. My sounds, my song. I know who I am. I know who I am. And rewrite your story and be okay rewriting it. Feel your body change. Feel your reality change. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. I love who I am. I love who I am. Thank you for my gifts. And take often moments of gratitude. I am living my dream, and I can be the essence of love and light, and I am the spirit rewriting myself. I am the spirit rewriting myself. I am love, I am light, I am love, I am light, I am the mother, I am the father, I am balanced in both male and female energies. And anything that comes up as a vibration, anything that comes up in my experience, I can rewrite it as a pattern of love and unity. And in breaking those patterns, we get to infuse all reality dimensions as unity and oneness and peace, because that is the Christ consciousness of the grids that we're operating within. Regardless of what experience, how you might define it and term it at first, but it's up to yourself to give yourself permission to rewrite it in a fifth dimensional, higher vibrational, because sometimes we can call it a 3D earth, and you're going through your process of your releases, or a dark night of the soul, whatever it is you're going through. It doesn't matter, because there's infinite number of definitions for where each and every one of you are perfectly at in your time of transcension and transformation and alchemizing of your whole self to new self. In any moment, you can choose to create for yourself the infinite experience to be that I am infinite, I am eternal, and I don't have to define anything. It's just all being perfect. And I absolutely have the skills and the gifts and the tools to navigate any vibration. And I can choose to call all things as oneness. I'm not going to separate. How can we all work together so that we are creating the threads of oneness? Because that is what this is all about. We are threading 3D, 4D, 5D into the higher vibrational experiences of oneness. Anything that is coming across your experience in your now moment of reality, how may you choose to see it as a playful game of navigating into the threading and calling in that thread of oneness. You're calling up that higher Christ experience. You know it within, as above, so below. You're calling in that higher vibrational thread, and you're now threading it into your new reality. You're creating oneness. You're creating common goals. You're creating common unity, common respect for all being heard and all being valued and all being accepted in their collective allowance, in their eclectic allowance of creativity and expression and exploration. And we are threading oneness in everything that's coming for us, because we can no longer see things as separate. Remember, when you are allowing yourself to be 5D and you're living yourself as a dream, it's all one. It's just in that moment of particle experience, because everything is a particle of experience, that the psyche, that the body understands itself. That's a mind bender, but think about it and feel it. The physical reality is an illusion. Anything that comes to you is because you're calling it through the vibration of what is in that moment of is. So if your isness is oneness and the allness of allness, you're allowing the allness to be allness and isness. You're not having the resistance or the separation or the judgment that anything is any one thing. It's all one. That allowance, it's all one. I appreciate all things. Anything that comes to my forefront, I'm meant to see it and I'm meant to observe it. How can I thread my isness and my allness? I'm living the dream. Wow, I have an eclectic skill and I can do this and I can offer this. What do you think? How do you feel? How can we thread oneness in this experience? And all of our isness and all of our oneness is just a grand story of oneness and isness and all dreams coming true. And it's the allowance and acceptance and honoring. Do you see what we're saying? They're particles of information and energy. Particles of information and energy. Particles of information and energy. Because it's all experience, all experience. That was an experience, that was an experience, that was an experience, that was an experience. This can be described in an infinite number of ways, whether it's the bodies you hold on different planets or infinite number of Earths, or the amount of experiences that you're here to transcend and create oneness with it. Call it in, accept it, create that eclectic oneness. Yeah, I've got that. I accept you. Regardless of what you're going through, it's going to serve me. Or whatever's coming across my path, if it's with myself, another aspect of myself, a higher self, preparing for first contact, whether it's somebody standing in front of me, it does not matter, because it's a particle experience that's in your field that's asking you to confront it. Call it in. How can we create oneness? Spirit will offer those experiences to you. Your higher self and your soul will offer those experiences to you and offer those in front of you so that you can do it, because you absolutely know you have the gifts to call your eclectic oneness within it all, because that's what it is, just oneness. You had that experience on another vibrational thread that held you in the story of conformity. But now that you've released those stories of conformity, you know how to acknowledge them and be aware of them. Then you can just easily release it through your acknowledgement. I get that. This is who I am now. I know that there's going to be some agitation and frustration as I know that I'm acclimatizing to something different, something new, but I absolutely know I got this. Remember, Spirit always has you. Spirit always has you. Always. Spirit always has the antidote to any wound that you have. And it's about asking the sacred, and this is why we always use sacred totems, because the sacred totems, any illness that you have, those sacred totems can go within and suck that poison out. And however you want to use your sacred totems and your visualizations and the spirit of energy and all that is energy. and use it in a benevolent, loving way for you and yourself, so that you can pull out those densities, energies, entities, anything that is within you that you know is holding you back, whether it's an illness, a disease, a malfunction, because you want to absolutely align your energies every day through spirit to the highest functioning on all your multidimensional systems. Your body has so many different systems that's working. And so how may we be the creator and the lover and the mediator and the director and the driver of this epicenter of light, and really start commanding it in the most highest and loving way, so that everything is cohesion of spirit. I'm spirit first. Spirit first. Absolutely spirit first. Spirit shows me everything I need to see on all timelines, all bodies, all forms, and the potentiation of it all. And am I centered to be in alignment with what higher self, just surrendering to higher self every day? I'm going to start acclimatizing to those moments that feel uncomfortable. I'm going to be okay letting go of the attachments that I no longer fit anymore. You know, it's just like when you're going through all of you that have been with us forever. We've talked about this for so many years, and we've written about it in our books. When you're going through awakening, you're going to find very quickly what is serving you and what is no longer serving you. You know, in your old patterns where you used to say go out to bars and things like that, or go out and drink and all of those things, and there's no judgment on it at all. But for many of us, we find that going through those experiences and those patterns of how they make us feel and why we did what we did, once you start awakening and going in and healing those wounds, you can't imagine yourself, going through that experience again in those routines and those patterns, because you understand where you were at in the feeling and the experience of that. And there is no judgment, and you would never judge yourself in doing that. But when you take yourself back to that experience, and going back to something that you haven't been to in a while, and you're going back and saying, wow, I've really grown in a lot of ways. I value it. It's a great experience, but I can't see myself being there or doing that anymore. You still accept it as a part of your story, because it will always be a part of your story, and you honor it all the way. But you would never go back and create that pattern again, because your body and your spirit is experiencing something different now, and it wants to keep it a part of that ride. But we absolutely want the minutia of it all. There's no demeaning experience of any of it. You needed it. And my teams are always telling me that. That's what you were needing. It's all perfect. So be loving and joying of yourself, and believe that you are the dream. You're constantly dreaming yourself anew every day. You are the essence of spirit. You're going to have those moments where you're acclimatizing to something new. And that something new wants you to keep reaching out. And first and foremost, explore, express, and experience yourself different creatively every day, because that is your spirit. You are spirit first, and your body's going along for the ride, and your body will need to acclimatize as you drive it in that way. And we say drive it in the most loving, benevolent, angelic way, because your spirit is driving your body to harmonize greater light. And are we in keeping of it physically, mentally, emotionally, and energetically? Then we're keeping up with this 5D experience in a beautiful and incredible way. And so another part of this is absolutely trusting unconditionally that acclimatization to eclecticity, that acclimatization to uniqueness, that acclimatization to creative expansiveness, to creative exploration, and to creative expression and diversity, that will be driving you and allowing you to take part in experiences and places and others and people in ways that you're really meant to, because you're meant to touch the hearts and impact others in ways that you have no idea, and also them to you, as well as the places upon Gaia, because those energies and those portals and those vortices need your light, and that needs you. And there will be those infinite threadings of that sound and experience into your new experience. And so, as we've said for years and years, it goes far beyond our words and what we say, because we say things with vibrational offerings, and each and every one of you are getting what you need, and it's going into your fields, and you can sit later and you can ponder the multidimensional vibrations that we offer through the Christ consciousness, because we do offer multidimensional codes and embracement of who we are as spirit. And the more that we open into these open vessels of this sacred portal of activation, thank you Christ consciousness and all of the councils of light and the galactic federations and the star councils, thank you, now tuning in. They're always with us, by the way. There any codes that you need, and any massages that you need to clear the densities of anything that you may be having trouble letting go of, and why you have attachments can be done in your daily self-care, and just pondering lovingly and softly and gently and compassionately and accepting of yourself in the radical benevolence of who you are as a story and your dream coming true as you. You are the living dream of you, the higher self, the soul. You are the dream. And they said to me this morning that you are the equal expression of who we are, and that just blew me away. I mean, the teams that I come with, I feel so humbled, and to such a point where they're saying, no, you got to stand up and you start being this now. You know, they're always telling me, you know, really feel into the profundity of what we're saying. You are in equal ownership of us as we are you. And that just makes me just feel, oh, well, you're like, wow. Like, wow, you're really rocking my world right now. But that's the ego, because it's so used to playing small, and it's been held in experiences and environments and stories that are continue playing small, and the books and the covers that you've been placed within are small. That for some reason our historical experiential stories have been, well, you're not important, and your gifts aren't really that important, and know this and know that, no, you can't do this, no, you can't do that, this is how we do things here. Well, no, you are meant to own your diversity, your eclectic nature, your biophysical, heavenly, cosmic, galactic, universal human experiences, unique and eclectic every day. You're meant to branch out. You're meant to reach higher. You're meant to activate those unique gifts that we don't even have words for, and own it. Be an equal measure of that which is being offered in that which is being offered of you as the spirit of source, as source. See what we're saying? These are multidimensional statements, and they're profound if you just sit with them. I'm saying what I'm saying, and I'm feeling it profound on other levels, and it's like, well, I'm going to sit with that because that's profound. In equal measure to any earth that you have, and this is what we want you to feel into because it's profound. You are the dream, living the dream as the dream, in the dream as source. Remember, your consciousness is all spirit, all source, the essence of source within all things. You're not only that droplet of water that touches the leaf, that goes down into the tendrils of the stem of the flower, into the soil. You are it all. You are the stem, you are the flower, you are the petal, you are the everything in between. You are the soil, you are the grain. You are whatever is beneath that is the root of all that is. You are the root. You are the root. What is your root asking of? The dream of who you are, the earth of who you are, the teams that you come with, and of equal measure to which you open in and accept and acknowledge of it. It is you. The claiming of thyself as a dream of thy dream itself. Does that make sense? Feel into it. It's profound. You are the dream of the dream that is spirit, living as the dream of you. Your body is changing as you believe in the dream of yourself as it. My body is forever changing in the dream of I am a spirit. My spirit first and foremost, I am this. I am that I am the essence of spirit. I am that I am the essence of spirit. I am that I am the essence of spirit. I am living thy dream. I am thy dream. I am healing thy name. I am that I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. I am living my dream. I am living my dream. I am the essence of spirit, and all times are now. I am living my dream. I am eclectic. I am profound. I am unique. I am eclectic. I am profound. I am unique. And you claim that and you own that, and those adjustments will just follow through because you're now living in joy and honor of who you are, who you've always been. And you've been allowing yourself to experience limiting stories to keep you stuck, to keep you looking and pondering, to say, when can I break out of this story that just doesn't feel like me anymore? And that's okay. Be okay and honoring of it, and accept it with pride and gratitude. Wow, I just accepted something so profound. I am the dream coming true. I am the dream coming true. I'm going to honor it and be grateful, because that is spirit, that is creation saying, yeah, you knew you would. You knew you would get there. You knew you would wake up and say, I am the dream coming true, and no thing and no one can ever stop you from living the consciousness dream of who you are as spirit. Nobody, nothing, nothing, nobody, nobody. Nothing, 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 nothing. When you own yourself as consciousness, I am the leader of my consciousness. I am the leader of my consciousness. I am one with spirit. I am spirit. I am spirit first and foremost of all things, and that arranges my cells. That arranges the telomeres. That tells me who I am, and I can change it and love it and be in the dream of all moments, because I am the inner and the outer and the above and the below. I am the dream. I am the earth that I choose to be on, because this is how I see it. This is how I feel it. I'm reaching into that spirit matter. I'm creating matter. This feels really good. And I'm going to come across those that want to also create vibrational cohesion, vibrational song. What is the song that you're singing? What is the song that you are singing? You are the perfect song. You are the perfect song. You are the perfect song. Thank you, Spirit. They're asking us to sing through me and open up your portals. Thank you, Spirit. I'll just align to receive. I open to receive these codes. I open to receive these activations, to release any limitations, any densities that hold me into stories that I'm absolutely ready to break free of. I'm ready to activate synchronicities and activations that allow me to live a dream of who I am in more purity and authenticity and truthfulness of who I am as spirit first. Thank you, Holy Spirit. We are creating and allowing ourselves to just come along for the ride in this beautiful experience. And all things are perfect, in all ways are perfect, and all beings are perfect. We are allowing ourselves to break all patterns and create unity within every thread, within every experience of our co-creation and our cohesion of oneness in the greater accelerations of light being bathed within and without and above, so below, and so we are. Thank you, spirits of light and the councils of light. Thank you, Holy Spirits. Thank you. Feel yourself grounded to Gaia, grounded to Gaia, grounded to Gaia, grounded to Gaia. Activate. I open my multidimensional systems. I open my pillar of light, my epicenter of light, and I receive, I receive, I receive. I am the song of spirit. I am the song of spirit. I am the song of spirit. They're just saying you're all like beautiful plants learning how to grow into new energies and new environments. And so allow yourself to stretch into new environments. Allow yourself to challenge yourself lovingly and with grand exploration, with grand joy and excitement. What environment can I show today? How can I call in something different? How can I call in something new? How can I thread in the oneness and the unity of that newness? How can I allow myself to harmonize? I can do this, I got this. And allow it to release those fears. Because when you view things as the excitement of navigation, as the excitement of your dream becoming new, as your dream becoming right before your very eyes, you're releasing all the fears of what was. Because those aren't fitting with you anymore. So you don't have to allow that back and forth agitation. Just release it. It's not there anymore. It's just showing you that there's still an assimilation and acclimatization that you're doing and you're becoming aware of. So just be okay with it. I'm just acclimatizing. I get it, but I can really feel excited about what I don't see yet coming, but I can live the dream and thread my oneness and oneness with it. Because that oneness and love, the allness and the oneness is how you're navigating through greatness. You're opening your heart to say, yeah, I got this. I'm one with it. It's not going to fear. I'm not going to present any hesitation or resistance or separation. I know who I am. I say what I am. I know who I am, and I know what I want to entangle with. I can sense my way around any vibration. I can see things before they come. I can see things before they happen. I can see it. I can see it. I know it. I know it. And I just have to open the spirit. I just have to open the spirit, and they're going to thread me something new. Because spirit also wants to offer you those things that you can't see, even those of us that have great sight. Spirit will always, 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 always veil things from us because spirit wants that delight. Spirit wants us to be gifted. Spirit wants us to have that delight of miracle. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. They're just having a conversation with me about some of the things that have been my life experience, because I can often predict and precognate what's going to occur. And I can often see things in experiences of the reality and others that there's oftentimes there's nothing we can do about it. It's just a matter of having that purview of what can occur, but it's always free will for the experiences of those in their soul plans and their soul paths that they must experience, so that you're just allowing yourself to just sit back, and spirit will always allow you to see and not see what is meant to be seen and not seen. But those of you with gifts can just sit back and understand that you have those gifts for a reason and will be called upon to use those gifts, and just sitting in that comfortability of how to use your gifts. And also, which Joanna has had the conduit, is finding that equilibrium to know that you don't have to always carry around the anxiety and the stress of having those abilities, because you can often see things play out and you have no way of changing it and you're not meant to. Right? So just be okay with that. And also too, there's a double edge, because, as you're moving through the minutia of all that is, spirit wants to delight you and bless you with all these beautiful experiences. And sometimes you can feel what's coming vibrationally, those of us that can feel those vibrational threads of infiniteness. So spirit and the teams have a very special role with those of you like Joanna, because spirit has to veil things and block things so that you're not able to see certain things, so that it can be a surprise. right? And there are those vibrational threads that you can see and sense and feel anyways, but sometimes and oftentimes where spirit is and God is, will always keep the most blessedness from you in the most unique and vibrant ways, because God wants to always surprise you and delight you. And there will always be those realms of acclimatization that you have no idea what to expect, because that's your growth, that's your soul's experience. And they're also saying too, again, what we say isn't offered in a multidimensional way, and you can feel into it, because I'm sensing the fields of those of you that have had these experiences are being activated right now of your sight and your precognitive psychic abilities. Because they're vibrational pockets of information and psychic experiences that are held within the field that you call when you're ready to call them in. To say that I remember that when I was a child, and it's having a direct correlation with what I'm going through right now. So precognition doesn't necessarily mean that you're always sensing and seeing things from the future, if you will, but you're also calling that from your past and saying, I got that, I understood. And then that opens the pathway of that remembrance of you as the kid being all now. There's many things that I just said in that sentence, so just sit with it. Everything is now. As you're calling from a memory of what you thought was when you were a child, you're calling that in because you're now knowing and you're now seeing psychically, precognitively, that now is now. Right? So that's an activation. So just sit with it and honor it and bless it. Thank you, Spirit. You didn't see that a second ago, but what we say in linear experience, it's already happened. No, it's all now. It's all now. It's all now. And that's why we said it's so important. The patterns that you come across and the patterns that you face every day, thread it and weave it new. Thread it and weave the eclecticity of who you are. Yes, I got this. Yes, I got this. Yes, I got this. Anything that faces you again and again and again, change the pattern, love it whole and make it new. Make a new pattern of love and diversity and uniqueness. It's so incredible. And that's how you dream in yourself. Wow, I got that. Your whole reality just shifted. You're on this earth now, just wholly shifted. And you can feel it. It's like, whoa, I gotta sit with that for a sec. And don't allow your mind to get so torn away with how it feels and looks. And we just went through a whole incredible multidimensional vibrational offering for you. You don't have to sort it out, and Spirit doesn't want you to sort it out mentally. Just soften and just ease into your allness. And ground and ground and ground and ground and ground. Because what the ego mind would want to do is to put things in linear packages again. Because you might think you have to go to work tomorrow. Just let go of all those stories. Just continue the now vibration of eclecticity, creativity, uniqueness, diversity. Start reorganizing your cells and your body as spirit is. To see what we're saying, we're offering you these multidimensional experiences. You can understand the now of now, the omnipresent of now, the all that is God now, harmonizing and reorganizing. And you're the one that's really excited. Yes, this is what I've waited for eons. And I'm just going to ground my allness and ground, 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 and ground, 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 ground. And there are some of you that are thinking, wow, am I really ready for this? Because some of you might feel the fear of, well, maybe am I ready to let go of that old program of linearity? And so work with it. Journal it. Nothing to fear. Remember, we just said, anything that's facing you is a pattern. It's a fear pattern that have faced you again and again and again. The rings of what we call time. This pattern, this fear of linearity, this fear of linearity, this fear of linearity, this is all just every now moment. And so whatever you're moving through, just, I got this. I'm letting it go. I let it go. I'm releasing linearity. I'm releasing linearity. I got this. My spirit knows. I'm always held with God. I'm always held with spirit. I got this. I got this. The rings of time, new pattern of love and oneness. New pattern of love and oneness. New pattern of love and oneness. Oneness is your expansiveness to all that is. Surrender all time, no limitation, no separation, no conformity, no definition, no box. Oneness is all. Love and oneness, your biggest vibration of allness, of allness, of allness, of allness, constantly harmonizing your body and your cells to new as spirit, as spirit, as spirit, as spirit. So those fears are going to be probable. That's how you acclimatize, so that you can face it and say, I can release this linearity. I got this. And then you will have those moments of frustration and agitation. Let it go. I acknowledge that I have frustration and agitation because that reality is not there anymore. I'm just going to acclimatize to now oneness. Now oneness, now oneness, now oneness. And I get to explore and experience something new. I'm the dream coming to life. I'm the micro and the macro. I am the dream. Remember, your allness will want you to continually stretch out and feel yourself as allness, as Godness. And you're going to have to work all through those fears and say, I'm not capable of carrying that. As I said earlier, the teams will say, you're in equal measure as us. You're in equal measure as us. And there will be that lower mind ego that says, but I've never been told I was that special. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I get to walk with masters and I get to walk with angels. Well, of course, you always are. You're just now accepting it as your allness. See what we're saying? So get used to it. You're beautiful, you're beautiful, you're beautiful. This is a profound experience that we're offering you. So feel into the excitement, live the dream. Live the dream of who you are. Be eclectic. Allow diversity to live in this new thread of allness. Diversity, diversity, diversity. When we're fully 5D, you will not imagine the diversity that we'll be threading with. You have no idea. Your bodies will be made new, every new thought, every new thought, every new thought. You'll be able to wear nanotechnology that can allow you to travel in and out of space just like that. So you have no idea the diversity. So start getting used to this eclectic way of becoming. Yes, 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 yes. And you'll just pick up these experiences of creativity as we're meant to have as the beautiful foundation of all children in the universe, because this planet is the most divine and eclectic experience. Thank you, Gaia. So grateful, Gaia. So grateful, Gaia, that will carry many beautiful harmonies and patterns and songs for the most eclectic experience in generations that you will absolutely be back for, because you are a future generation just waiting. And these codes and these experiences are clearing the way for your now body to say, I got this. I want to have the best next future lifetime, my best. And I want to have my children to experience the best that I can offer and I can impact as diversity and living the dream and living the dream. I'm eclectic. I'm beautiful. I'm sacred. I'm beautiful. And all is spirit, all is spirit, all is spirit. And breathe. And ground. Call all your consciousness in. Let go of the ego trying to make sense of the linear story and what you've got to do. And ground. I am the all, I am the all, I am spirit, I am the all. Thank you, spirit, thank you, spirit. And I just shifted my earthly reality a few times in our special sacred offering. We love you so very much, dear lighted ones. And we are going to pull one of our beautiful sacred oracles and then we'll go. So thank you, anybody that would like to donate to our classes. And we have many classes, private sessions, private healing sessions, dividing any divine vocational training and coaching. We have packages of 4. That many of you have bought. We're so happy that you've got our coaching sessions for alignment of your vocation, your business, anything that you'd like to align with the spirit guides and the councils of light to a 5D grid and a 5D light program, socio-altruistic alignment. No one wanted to come up. Oh, that's wonderful. We were just talking about that. I just created that one yesterday, I think. So these ones that are coming true, that's so beautiful. Again, what is your highest truth? The truth of who you are is spirit and the universal creativity. And the universal creativity, again, is how you're harmonizing and acclimatizing to the energies and the codes that are being offered in every new day. And your body is doing so much at nighttime. So as we've said in one of our videos a long time ago, really sit with your body at night and do that vibrational healing and that vibrational offering and allowing. Just calling in those new codes at night and giving your body as much love as possible so that while you're on your dream time at night, your bodies and your teams have enough sacred, loving space to do the work that it is doing. So putting on some nice vibrational ASMR or some high vibrational affirmations. We've got many on our channel, our YouTube channel. Opening up to Gaia sounds, high vibrational symphonic music. All allow the recoding and the regeneration and the health and the wellness of your body. Also infusers with beautiful sacred scents, while you're sleeping, and just have the diffusers and spray your body and your fields. Salt baths before you go to bed, caring for your multidimensional bodies in new ways, vitamin water. Lots of hydration because your cells need that. When you're waking up with a real pasty mouth and lots of saliva, you've just gone through a DNA activation. Your teams are doing so much to acclimatize your body. And while you're going to feel those releases throughout the day, so it's better, you'll find yourself shifting, our collective will find itself shifting more and more out of the 9-to-5 trenched programs of doing and routines to really create that more fluid, gentle, harmonic life, and working part-time, releasing the mortgages and doing those things so that it can keep up with the clearing and the gentleness of what the bodies require. And the creativity, universal creativity, is seeing and feeling and being acclimatized to the beyond. So again, those of us that can see through and in between and all that is spirit and the threads that we're being shown, I'm so grateful, Spirit, I'm so grateful, thank you, Spirit, is allowing ourselves to realize and raise our vibrations in the unseen and knowing that all is the harmonics, and you can feel it within the essence of who you are as spirit, harmonizing as greater spirit, spirit to spirit, if you will. Because we've been so physicalized and we've been so mattered that it's now becoming more light, and that's exactly what ascension and enlightenment is. It is allowing that 51% to become greater light as opposed to density. And it is exactly as the words are. Activation of your DNA and your cosmic knowing, the gifts and the skills and the adventure of who you are as the soul song. And so those are multidimensional vibrational offerings in that statement alone. And it allows you to create your highest truth, because your truth is always harmonizing to a new acclimatization of who you are as spirit, and allowing your higher truth to become the more acclimatized spirit truth of who you are, in alignment of the universal laws of one. Thank you, Spirit. In which the vibrational earthly laws, if you will, of separation and duality and limitation and fear-based notions through which our entire society was built upon, is now becoming more aligned with the 5D, the all of one and the one of all, and the greater good and the laws of one. And through which that all paths are to be held in sacredness, that not any one being should have any one control or harm or influence on any other soul's path, because we are each sovereign, we are each responsible, and in the guidance and in the mastership of I, thy own self, bodies, and spirit fields, and everybody is to carve their own unique path with the spiritual guidance from within. And that is the sovereignty of who we are, being self-directed, self-loving, and self-guided within at all times. And by seeking in thyself and seeking in thy truth is the only way that you guide yourself through your own path of ascension. Never to take on another's path, because their path is their path and your path is yours, unique to you. What is it that you're allowing yourself to explore today, who you are becoming? And so feel into it. It's loving, it's sacred, it's beautiful, it's joyful, it's eclectic, it's dreamy. And so be the dream. Allow yourself to live in your own sacredness, and know that your allowance of you will allow all others to be their highest and best. And respect all paths, respect and honor of all. As we said earlier, everything that comes to you and presents itself to you is your ability to break the pattern. And we're going to weave oneness and we'll align ourselves with the fifth dimensional experiences and the laws of one. Anything that comes before you, thread it, break the pattern, thread it as one. How can we create unity? How can we create the common ground? How can we create common respect? Because you know that those thread particles are aspects that you're going to meet on another thread. And you want to allow yourself that every moment of experience, you want to thread a more positive and loving experience of oneness, because you know it's going to come back and present itself again. That is the law of one. That is the return of all. That is the rebalancing of all that we put out comes back. And that's how we learn as the soul. Everything that presents itself is asking you to thread it in oneness. That is the ever evolution of all that we are as one. Ever greater fields of law of oneness. Thank you, Spirit. And our oracle today, thank you, Spirit, for the collective spirit. Thank you. Collaborative. That's what it's all about, the collaborative dreaming. Can't make it up. Again, all the aspects of you, and when you're sleeping, your bodies and your all is being recalibrated to that new version of you. And every night, just allow yourself that harmonization with your higher self and your soul. Okay, soul, really direct me. I want to have a great time tonight. I want to be recalibrated in my highest, most exciting dream. What is my highest dream? Allow me to dream the highest dream for my body, for my world. How can I dream the highest peace for my world? How can I allow the dreams of all the children to have their voices freely met and their bodies respected and honored? How can I allow all of the aged and the elders to have their stories honored? Let's dream a really beautiful dream, because you are all one. And in every moment that you're faced with an old pattern, say, yes, we can harmonize this and we can dream it anew, because we're all collaborating together. We are all one. So profound, so profound. I'm so excited. 5D excitement. So anybody that wants to donate, we absolutely love your donations. We love you so much. Private sessions, private intuitive sessions, private healing sessions, activations, webinars, groups, classes, coaching, consulting, anything. We're always here. We're always here. We're always here. We're creating new stuff every day, new stuff every day. The highest and the most benevolent vibrations of all of our oneness. Thank you so much. And we honor you. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing us to be on this beautiful journey of the sacred dreaming of the life coming to life. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. And we bless you all. Thank you, dear lighted ones. Bye.